guys, so this video is going to be all about my wedding drama, so it may trigger some people. This is part 2, so if you guys want to see the first half of this video, I'll have it linked down below. Thanks so much for watching, and let's just get right into it. I was working on my wedding cake until the ceremony started. I didn't have a chance to clean up anything else. My carriage gets there, I don't have my dress on, I run in the room, I try to go put my dress on, I finally get it on. I'm like starting to calm down. I'm just, what happened happened. People saw me in my robe. It doesn't matter. Get over it. Everything's fine now. Get in the carriage. Go get married. That was like my mindset. So I get in the carriage. Everything's beautiful. And then we get to the ceremony space. Oh my goodness, you guys. And I see this ugly table with no tablecloth on it with a cooler on top. So I'm rolling up. Here's the carriage, here's the table, and all the people. So just like, why? So I get out of the carriage and I start walking up towards my fiance. I'm like really weirded out why that table was there. It wasn't there when I put up the flowers. So that means what? His godfather put up that weird ugly table after I did the flowers? Why? Why would you do that? I'm walking down. The tree for the tree ceremony is on the ground. And there's no water. No cups, nothing. There were really pretty gold special cups. There was 3 of them. So me, my fiance, and my daughter could all pour water into the tree. There was nothing. No water, just a tree on the ground. I just could not fathom why the hell they had the table set up with no tablecloth and a cooler on top, but the tree for the tree ceremony was on the floor. It just seemed too intentional and really, really, really weird. I'm like trying to quietly say, just forget the tree ceremony. I don't want to do it. He heard me. His godfather heard me. His godfather is the officiant. He has the microphone. He's saying his verses. You guys remember me saying he didn't want to do my wedding anymore if I asked him not to do those Bible verses. Well, him and my fiance talked and they came to some compromise where he wasn't going to say those Bible verses and it was all smoothed over. During my ceremony, he said all 4 of those Bible verses. He didn't care. He said them anyways. And then I'm like trying to quietly say, we don't want to do the tree ceremony anymore. There's no water. And he says into the microphone, can you give us some water? And asks one of his random helpers, I guess, to go get some water in the microphone. The guy opens up the ghetto cooler on the ghetto ugly table that they set up. And he's like, there's no water. There's only Pepsi. In the middle of our ceremony. And then someone from the audience is like, oh, I have a water here, and gives them the water for us to pour into the tree for the tree ceremony. I was boiling, like literally boiling. And I was trying so hard to not show it. It's your wedding day. Literally everybody's staring at you in the middle of your ceremony. So you just have to smile and pretend like everything's fine. So then they send my daughter up there because my daughter was supposed to do the tree ceremony with us. There's 3 of us, 1 ghetto ugly water bottle, and we're supposed to dump this into the tree. I'm in a tight mermaid gown and I am not gonna bend over. So my fiance and my daughter dump it in together as I awkwardly stand there because I am just so appalled and so freaked out by the whole situation. After the tree ceremony finally ends, it felt like it took forever for the stupid tree ceremony to end. We go to jump over the broom. So we jump over the broom, and then we walk to the end. And then the first people that are supposed to walk out after us are our grandparents, and we were gonna give them a hug. Just as a heads up, my grandparents don't like rap music. I love rap music. They're old-fashioned. They don't like it. They like, you know, instrumental classical music. Mind you, I guess his godfather is like the guy who takes care of all the music at church. So he said, hey, I know all these people, they can do the music for you during your wedding. I can handle it. Just give me your playlist. So I gave him a playlist of over 100 songs. We had it all into different sections. This is what you play for the ceremony. This is what you play for the reception. This is what you play when we leave. It was all separated out. So my grandparents start walking towards us right after the ceremony and they play rap music. Rap music? Really? I gave you a playlist with over 100 songs. We went over it during rehearsal with the right songs. Why would you be playing that? My grandparents were supposed to walk down to this really, really pretty song. After the ceremony, we go back up to the reception site. The food situation was so embarrassing, I literally had to walk and like hide in one of the Airbnb rooms. It was just ridiculous. Those people he asked to do the appetizers had made a big mess in the kitchen and set up all these chips and crackers and fruit and stuff out for people to eat, but never cleaned up their mess inside. So inside was where we were going to have drinks in the bar. So there's people coming in to get alcohol and they're just seeing this huge, huge mess. Oh, it was so embarrassing. Eventually it gets pushed over and people just start taking like ghetto shots. And that was the problem, was that since we didn't have a bartender, everybody just kind of got drunk really fast and was pouring their own shots and things like that. So that's another thing. If you guys can, get an official bartender. Not even an hour into the reception, I hear the music stop. Mind you, I gave him a playlist of over 100 songs. And it's just silent. I was like getting really nervous. I'm like, what the heck? Walk up to my fiance's godfather. I'm like, can you please play some music? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. So then I go over and I get back into my flow, saying hi and talking to people. And then he comes up to me. It's like, so I only have 5 songs and they already played. I don't have any other songs. I'm like, what happened to all the playlists? He's like, I don't know. They're just gone. I only have 5 songs. I'm like, what do you, and I couldn't even say, I had to like stop myself from freaking out. I turned to my cousin. My cousin's like, girl, I got you. My cousin is an angel. She went as fast as she could and made a playlist. We gave it to Dan to plug in, and I guess he didn't like the songs that were on her playlist because it was playing for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, and then he switches it and starts playing random like Disneyland parade music. What are you doing? Like, first you tell me you don't have any of my songs, then we give you songs to play, and then you play something else? And then it comes to the food. So this weird ghetto van pulls up. People start taking this food and putting on the table where the caterer is supposed to set up. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's a caterer. It's all in aluminum trays. Mind you, the one lady that I was able to hire that brought the potatoes, they were in nice chafers. It was just, it looked a lot classier. So when they brought this stuff in, it really ghettofied the whole situation. So they're bringing in all this food and setting it on the table, and I'm looking and I'm just like, wow, that's meat, that's noodles and meat. And that's salad and meat. Wow. Literally everything has meat. Even the salad. Even the salad had meat. Like, I'm a vegetarian. Are you serious? You're really gonna tell them to put meat in the salad? So it was just so frustrating because all of my family that did eat that food got really sick. It must have had hydrogenated oil, or they made it with margarine, or made it with bad ingredients. They promised everything that they were bringing was organic and all natural and made from scratch, which obviously it wasn't. It was just so frustrating that I literally had nothing to eat on my wedding day. I think that about does it for all of the super dramatic stuff that happened. I know this video is probably a little lengthy, but I really wanted to get it all out there and just kind of express this stuff to you guys. To me, the sentimental value of things is a lot more important than the materialistic value. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going to sign papers until we have the ceremony that we've always wanted. That's why I've decided I'm just going to kind of continue my journey. And I've wanted to do a hand fasting, and I didn't realize how much I wanted to do a hand fasting until this situation happened. So yeah, I'm really excited actually that we're planning to do a hand fasting, and I am really excited that I get to show you guys and kind of take you guys along with me. The biggest thing I think about planning your wedding and to not have something like this happen is don't lose contact with your planning. I should have never agreed to cancel my catering for him. That was my biggest mistake. If from the very beginning when he offered to help, if I would have been like, okay, you can help, but I'm not gonna change my plans, sorry, that would have been a lot better way to go and a lot safer for me. Because since I was like, okay, thanks for helping, it made the door way too broad and way too open for him to be able to screw things up, if that makes sense. And yeah, it just didn't happen the way I wanted because I let go of that contact. And I realized that it is partly my fault because I should have never let people intervene, and I should have never let people make important decisions in my wedding. If people are going to be a part of your wedding, you need to trust them. Don't involve people that you don't trust, because you don't know what they're going to do. They could literally do anything. And I thought I trusted Dan, or my fiance's godfather. Like, I really thought I trusted him somewhat, but I didn't know him. So you can't really trust someone you don't know. And that's a fact. So happy planning to all of you guys. Please don't make the same mistakes I did and stick to what you want to do. Like, I honestly should have just stayed at the smaller venue from the get-go and said, we don't really want to invite them. We decided to have a smaller wedding. Instead of being like, oh yeah, I guess we should invite them. It's like, I don't even know these people. I should have never tried so hard to involve them. Even though that sounds a little harsh, it's true, because in doing that, I kind of lost that contact and that control of being able to do it myself. So long story short, you guys, don't ever let anybody take care of anything when it comes to your wedding unless you fully trust them and fully want them to. If you don't really want them involved, just don't let them. It's not worth it. But I think that about does it. If you guys do want to see the day before the wedding and the clips from rehearsal. I will definitely link that video down below. If you guys want to see any of the other videos from my Budget Bride wedding series, I will also link those down below. And I don't want you guys to think I'm ending on a bad or sour note. I'm definitely not. There's definitely a lot of beautiful moments that I'm going to be able to share with you guys really soon from the wedding, which I'm really excited about. There was horses there and a river and a bunch of really scenic picture opportunities. So we got a really awesome pictures and hopefully some really great footage for you guys. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm depressed or upset or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm actually happy. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm super excited that I'm going to be able to do a hand fasting now. Don't forget to give a huge thumbs up if you guys enjoy wedding series, and we'll see you in my next video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.